Making this video on getting older and mental health. Sometimes I'll read some stories on people that have these horrible deaths. Like everything is going fine, then they get stricken with cancer and then they die like in a few months. It got me thinking about this whole life process that you go through in life, where you have like you're born, then you're like trained to not crap your pants and stuff, and not play with your pee-pee, in public, all that stuff. And then you're trained to get a job and find a career and all this stuff and be a productive member of society. And then all of a sudden you hit this point, I want to say it's probably around 50 years old, where you're just, all of a sudden, you're just, some would say you're free. So you can do whatever you want. And that's true. But on the other hand, you have to survive, That's what they always talk about, like, make sure you have enough money for when you stop working. But one of the things come up. I wonder if you get cancer, like 2 months after you retire. What do you do? Who do you see? Who do you talk to? And after 50, there's not a lot of people to talk to. In fact, you're lucky if you have even one handful of friends by that age, because people just disappear. So what do you do at the age of this age, 50 years old, 61 years old in my case, but I guess in a sense you could just sit around, wait for the Grim Reaper to come get you, and just say, to hell with it, I'll just sit here and wait till the friggin' deaths come knocking on my door. So that would suck. And the reason I say it is because when I was in the hospital with the meningitis, I definitely felt myself, my body slipping away. I was there for three weeks, almost a month in the hospital, just kind of touch and go. I didn't know if I'd make it 2 days. And I had lost all my weight. I was probably 160 pounds, but normally I was about 220. And I was dying. And it really got me thinking when I got out of the hospital was how fragile this freaking life really is. Now things can change just like that. Man, see people driving around. They got places to go, people to see, all these things they have to do, checklists and stuff. Well, when you get sick, and when you retire, there ain't no more checklists. You're just kind of on your own. In my case, I was fortunate to have worked about 30 years, paying into the system, and being a veteran, that I did some things right, but sometimes I wonder, I'm like, dude, did I really do? I wasn't a doctor, I wasn't a lawyer, I wasn't Donald Trump. I was just some dude trying to do the best I could. But at this point, What? At this point, I kind of look at things like, dude, where are you heading? You know, like, where are you going, man? And I could easily just sit at this point and just say, screw it, I'm just gonna let all friggin' nature take over. But I don't want to be that guy in the, you know, in the hospital with friggin' in a wheelchair going, well, this is it, screw it. And I kind of fought back from my my illness, and said, screw that, I ain't gonna let that happen to me. And I just persevered, and started like exercising. Stop being scared. The main thing was stop being scared. I was scared when I got out of the hospital. I was scared shitless. I was like, Jesus Christ, I almost died. And then all these things, all these emotions start coming up. You're like, Jesus, I almost freaking died. But your brain kind of goes into like survival mode, and then you end up like with PTSD. Like I've got some PTSD, I'm sure, not from the military, but just like anybody, you know, childhood abuse, alcohol, you know, partying in your 30s, you know, destroying your body in your 30s and 20s and 30s with you know, drugs, alcohol, even just cigarettes. And then I said, screw it, I'm gonna just start every day. I'm just gonna walk like every day. I started doing this about 4 years ago, and nothing bad's happened, you know. Whereas the mind's always thinking, what's bad's gonna happen? But nothing bad ever happened when I started walking. So I just keep on walking. I don't want to be the guy sitting there, just going, screw it, you know. I'm Irish. I'm a Marine Corps veteran and a Navy veteran and a survivor of this meningitis crap. So I figure if I survive that, I can survive a lot. I mean, the human body's pretty resilient if you think about it. If you feed it, you know, it's not like, I'm not eating the McDonald's. I don't do McDonald's. I eat a lot of salads, lots of chickens. Love chickens, but I don't go overboard anymore. And I try not to use food as a comfort source because it's freaking food, dude. It's not like, that's all it is. It's freaking food. It's supposed to give you energy. And that's kind of what I started looking at. I don't need comfort from food. I need energy. So that mindset started changing things for me. From being scared and just sitting there eating food to comfort myself. And it kind of worked. I mean, I noticed one thing. I have way more time at this point in my life. I have so much time. Because I don't have to, you know, punch a freaking clock anymore. For me, it wasn't really a clock. It was more like, as an electrician, it's like, we didn't like go into like an office and punch a clock. We were like, they just kind of write your name down. He showed up. But I'm way removed from that now, so. This has helped though. going on, man? All right. And the time that I gained from not drinking and hanging out with my buddies, smoking cigarettes all day, it's actually somewhat remarkable. Not having to feed that addiction. And then again, at the same time, you need to have somebody that kind of supports you through your journey of recovery of whatever you see your recovery as being. For me, it's always been being active, walking, just, surfing, even riding my skateboard. But when you go through these traumatic episodes in life, your body goes into this kind of mode of wanting to protect itself. So you're not really enjoying your life. You're just protecting your life. And that's kind of what I did after I got sick. So when you get older, like at my age, 61, you're not really thinking long term, like I want to start like this new career. I want to become, this or that or the other. You're supposed to just be like enjoying the rest of your life. So I try to keep that in mind when I go and walk and do these things that I never used to do when I was working. And the thing with the working is, in the field that I did, is there was a lot of partying. We would go to like the strip clubs. We'd go to the bars. We'd hang out and act like morons, knuckle dragging idiots, I guess you'd call us. And I like to think that I've tried to move away from that thinking. But it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy at all. And then I noticed as you get older, people you knew, you hear it randomly here and there. So-and-so died. So-and-so got in a car accident or whatever and just died, or died of old age. Stepmother just died last year, so I've never really thought much about it because I've been on my own since 1980. That's 44 years that I've been doing this on my own. And I guess that's really all I got to say about getting older. Is just find yourself with a lot of time if you use it wisely. I mean, the worst thing I think you could probably do when you get older is like sit at a bar and just talk and drink beer and talk about what you used to do for like the next 30 years. Well, I used to be this and, blah, blah, that kind of crap. I have friends like that will just sit there till they die and be like, well, I used to be this and Ain't nobody as good as me in doing this. In the next breath, they're asking you for money for beer. So I've been around those people. I cut them out of my life. Sure, it may be a lonelier existence, but it certainly doesn't have the drama-filled BS that comes with having friends that just disintegrate, you know, before your very eyes with alcohol and drugs. So at 61, I guess I'm grateful I can get up, walk out here. Look at all those freaking trees and stuff. Been doing this for a long time now. And I don't know. Could be at the beach, could be here. It really doesn't matter. The beach is the beach. And you know, parks are the parks. The air's better here, I think. Unless you go in the summertime, mosquitoes are just crazy out here. But anyway, that's all I gotta think. That's all I gotta say about getting older. The pros and cons of getting older. Marching towards the inevitable. Yeah. Thanks for watching.